Welcome to the non-competitive, competitive format of Minecraft events. So, a lot of people were confused as to the title, which is valid. Essentially, we're going to be talking about how events like MCC and Block Wars, they're made to be, they can be competitive, but are very non-competitive. And then obviously Lifesteal, and when Shadoon decides to turn up his events. Yeah, so let's do the introduction. I don't have a, do you have
this is where Shadoon's supposed to be. So imagine him here.
I don't have the thing to change the PowerPoint, do I?
I think that might have been.
That's really awkward.
Is that Shadoon?
Yeah, he might have fell over.
There's like 5 buttons. What chance do I have to hit the right one?
Just go for it, honestly. No, wrong one.
That was not the button.
I don't know what button to press. It's really awkward. Just go for it.
It's a red button. I'm not pressing a red button.
Just
like the green one didn't work.
Did you do this?
What? That's not a button.
Oh, here's that one.
Oh!
Can I have it, please?
That does not look like a button.
It doesn't.
What one? Can I have it? Can I hold it if that's okay?
It's
What one is
it's
it?
the big one that doesn't look like a
This
button.
one here.
That one.
That looks like it's a green arrow.
I'm a non-competitive
Going to the right.
person.
So let's introduce ourselves. I'm Orbitz, aka Inside MC. The other thing you see on the screen there is a Minecraft event called Cube Champs. It's something that I work with it. It's not really my thing, but I will be kind of how I'm talking is from their perspective because neither of them could make it, sadly. It's a Minecraft event that's kind of recently just started. It's a similar format to a lot of the events that you know of because there's so many by now. But it's new and it's different slightly. Then we have yourself.
I'm Wolfeei.
So you're not, by the way. Fun fact, that's me. Hey guys, I'm Wolfeei. I organize Block Wars, a Minecraft minigames event that's focused on the general streaming community rather than just Minecraft, and it's pretty fun.
Who wants to be Shadoon? Go for it, please.
No.
Okay, well, if Shadoon was here, I think he'd talk about how he works or plays a lot of very competitive events, as well as MCC, Block Wars, yeah, more Hispanic events.
Hola, me llamo Shadoon. Me encanto Minecraft.
That works.
Hey, that's pretty good.
That's so good. Oh, that's me. Okay. Hi, I'm Hannah. I'm a Minecraft streamer and creator, but I'm also a co-owner of Lifesteal SMP, and I'm the organizer for an upcoming event called Lifesteal World that we're putting on. So that's me.
Did we just skip over the next one?
So hi, I'm Stefan, otherwise known as Noxite, and I run the team that makes MC Championship, and we have been making it since 2019, which has been a really long time. It's like almost 7 years now, so it's crazy. Thank you very much.
Aren't you guys running an event tomorrow?
We are running an event tomorrow on the main stage. You should go watch it because I personally have been responsible for making the crazy storyline that you're going to witness. There is a storyline. If you have seen Copper Crown or Color the World, those 2 events, we did storylines for those, so you'll know what to expect.
Right, so kind of link into the title there to kickstart. We're talking about the non-competitive and competitive, but what is the difference? So I guess I'll start unless you want to, Wolfeei. It's your choice. You're the event guy.
You can start.
I can start. Okay. So I'm going to relate to you guys because that's how I do it. There's MCC All Stars. There's a Block Wars All Stars-esque event as well. There's been Block Wars Rookies, and then just basically normal MCC. So you have the competitive events, which are like the very try-hard, the very made to be, like not just a format, but made to be catered to the good players, right? I guess to put it blankly. And you have the non-competitive side, which is either events that are made to be fun, like charity events. There's a lot of them where there's incentives, there's different things to kind of make it more fun. Or like Block Wars Rookies, where they kind of just invite non-Minecraft creators who aren't very big on the game, but are, I guess, well enough to play the game, right? So what about you guys?
Some of them install Minecraft to play Block Wars.
See, exactly. See?
It's beautiful.
And they're still good?
No comment.
Does anyone else have anything to add, or have I about the difference? Or is it just me?
I mean, it's important to have a nice balance to offer a bunch of different Minecraft event experiences to the audience, right? You don't want to just have everything be competitive or non-competitive. You want to have something for everybody. So I think it's very important that there is always something distinct within the community, and that's what I also appreciate about other events, putting in the effort to do that for others.
Yeah, we try to mix them together because there's kind of like a little bit of disconnect sometimes where a lot of your players don't necessarily want to be there for the competitive side of being in an event, and they're just here to kind of have fun and hang out with their friends. So MC Championship tries to kind of like have a little bit of that for both audiences, where you can kind of have those teams that are just in it to win it, and then the teams that are there for fun, and the audience who watching them just there, to watch a bit of banter, that kind of stuff.
What about you, Hannah? You've been around for a very long time. You play in both MCC Block Wars, and then Lifesteal's very, very competitive.
Yeah. Well, most things that I play, I do take it very competitive, and I try to always win. Just because for me, winning is fun. But also, I've been trying to just have fun recently and be a little bit more non-competitive. So, like, even me, like, as a competitive person, I'm able to do both when it's appropriate, I guess.
So I really wanted to ask you why.
Why?
Why? Yeah. Why have you kind of thought about like trying to be non-competitive as a difference to, yeah?
I think that sometimes when I'm being too competitive, sometimes it ruins my vibe. You know what I mean? Where I'm so in my head where I'm like, oh my gosh, no, I can't believe I did so horrible. I don't want to let my team down. So recently I've just been trying to be more chill and just have fun and not worry about letting other people down or letting the viewers down, I guess, because I think they're just there to watch us have fun anyway. So it doesn't really matter whether we win or not, which I guess it took me 6 years to realize. So
It's like a double-edged sword, because I think when you're like really in it to win it, and then you end up winning, it's like one of the greatest feelings that you will ever have. Like, I've just like, I sweated blood and tears to get to this point, and I won, and you're just like, you want to like scream, right? Like with happiness. But when you get burnt during that journey, right? If you like take a major L and you get burnt, it's like one of the worst feelings. And I hate seeing creators get burnt in that way. Yeah.
that's so valid.
On the bright side, everyone on this panel can say we've won MCC.
Can we?
Right?
Can we?
Yeah.
I was carried in a test.
Speaking of events, how'd you get started with one? I'm not very good on this topic because I haven't really done an event. I've kind of just more collaborated with them, whereas obviously you've started MCC Block Wars, the Lifesteal, or even just a new thing that you're doing. How do you what's the first step? What's the motivation? Anyone?
Let's start canonical order. Can you, or chronological rather? Can you start, Stefan? Please.
There's like no, this is gonna be great because I think there's gonna be like so much of a variety of answers to this. Yes. Firstly, you really got to like want to do it, like not to. I think I've met a lot of people who kind of want to start an event because they kind of want to be an event owner. I think that's the wrong motive. I think you genuinely need to care about the story of competitivity, of wanting to put people into these situations that like you.
we have an interruption.
Hello.
Let me move over. You can sit here.
No, come sit here. Please.
Oh, okay.
I can't be just solo on the couch.
You said you were going to lay down.
I did.
Introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, what's up? I'm late, sorry.
So anyway, to be on a panel, you really want to be on the panel. You really want
Yeah, I'm here now.
Want to be on the panel on time.
Sorry guys. If you don't know me, I'm Shadoon666. I'm French, but I do content in Spanish. I play in MCC, which is amazing. I'm playing tomorrow. And yeah, I'm sorry I'm late again. And I'm excited for the panel. Let's go.
Yes, thank you. Anyways, as you're saying.
So as I was saying, it's nice to see you. It's nice to see you. Yeah, you kind of. I think you have to have an interest in being able to like build an event, right? And it's not for the glory of owning one, but for all the trouble that you're going to go through to build it. You want you need to want the journey of building one, not the prize of owning one. is what I think, because the journey is tough. It's gonna you need to work with a lot of people. There is no way in hell you can build an event solo, unless anyone else has done that. Please prove me wrong. Cool, great. Cool.
What about you, Shadun?
Yeah, I agree. No, I mean,
How do you start an event?
how do you start an event? As a organizer or player?
Actually, yeah, no, player would be a good example.
I mean, I did both, but as a player, I think it's pretty easy. You just play it, you know. Like, of course, like if it's really competitive and I don't know, maybe if it's cash prize and you want to win, maybe you can prepare. I know I played like bingo events where like I had a spreadsheet with everything I don't want to forget. But usually, as a player, I think it's the easy part because everything is done. You just play it, you have fun, and that's all. But as an organizer, like the event starts and you're stressing, and like there's a lot of things that can go wrong. People can be late at your event, and that's not good, you know.
Or to a panel.
Yeah. Yeah. As an organizer, I think it's really complicated. Like I think and as Noxite said, I think you have to enjoy the journey because, like, sometimes the event goes wrong and you just don't enjoy it that much. Like sometimes I don't like to organize. I like to play because it's a lot of stress.
Yeah, it's like our 40th MCC tomorrow or something. I've lost count. I'm still stressed. Like,
Yeah, and
something's going to go wrong. You know?
And I'm not stressed because I'm just playing. And that's awesome. Thank you for organizing.
I was going to say, Hannah, with this new thing you've been setting up, I think the announcements are still rolling out while we're here, right? How has that been?
Oh, yeah. Well, the other day at like 4 a.m., I was laying in my hotel bed and still scheduling every single announcement post. So like, yeah, it's like you always have to be on. You always have to be replying to people, replying to the dev, like making documents. It's like a lot of work. And I'm only realizing it now. But I actually got started playing events 10 years ago in UHC On Air and United UHC, which are these like UHC events. I don't know if you guys know about them. But yeah, like that was so long ago. Back then, you just logged on, you played for like 3 hours, and then you posted all of your POVs like every few days. It was really weird. And it's weird to see how events have changed since then. Like MCC was like game changing, I feel like.
So we built it on the back of something called Nox Crew Game Show that we made in 2012. And that was done in the same way. Like it was kind of like the pre-live era, where it's more about like all the contestants recording their angles and then posting them like way after we've edited like the real show.
Yeah. But back to Lifesteal. Yeah. It's the first event that I guess I have been actually organizing. Well, me and SB have been the ones really locked in on it, and it's really hard. And hopefully it works out. If not, I'm sorry. But yeah, it is.
Got to enjoy the downs as well.
Yeah, and I love doing stuff. I love like replying to people, sending copy pastes, like putting stuff in documents. I actually really like doing that sort of busy work. So I don't know. At least for now, I do.
To me, I guess. Okay. Yeah. So one of my main points that I want to add to this topic is that I do think when you get started with an event, you do have to have a pretty strong mentality because there's a lot of opinions, many opinions, not just players, testers, viewers, and they ask for so many things, and it's like, how? Like it's not possible to live up to every standard that's set by everyone involved. So you have to be mentally capable and strong to deal with all that.
Yeah, shout out to the haters.
Hell yeah. But especially in the early days, that can be kind of difficult because you don't really know exactly what you're going for potentially, and then you have so many people who share their opinion about what it should be or what it shouldn't be, and then you have to stay on track and lock in and make sure that what you want it to be is where you're headed, and you don't listen to everybody's feedback a little too much.
Essentially, trust your gut.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I agree.
I think, as I was seeing if anyone else would say it, but kind of from what I've learned from Cube Champs and kind of watching that grow is you kind of need to find your footing. Your first event isn't going to be MCC, isn't going to be Block Wars, isn't going to be Lifesteal. Your first SMP isn't going to be the same. You kind of have to start with what you think is going to work, and then some people are going to hate it, some people are going to love it, And sometimes you're not going to like the things that people love, and you don't want to keep it. I'm again not talking on their behalf. It's just kind of what I've seen in general from events. Is that like you kind of have to find your own. You know, if you make a hide and seek game mode, how do you put a spin on it? Is your spin good enough? Is it unique enough? Do you want to change it? Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of mini game events, and you want to stand out. So you have to make, if you're going to do it, you have to make something that's kind of different. You know.
I also think you just got to try it. I think a lot of people get stuck in the overthinking realm of like, oh, should I? How should I make it? What if it's not popular? Blah, blah, blah. But like, you know, as I said, like MCC didn't start in 2019. It started in 2012. Probably even started 3 years before that when I was like dabbling in, you know, stupid Minecraft content, like uploading stupid stuff to YouTube that no one watched. And it's like, you just have to start somewhere and then you have something to kind of like build on. Even if it goes terribly, well, brilliant. You have something to now like base off and go, I'm going to fix that. I'm going to improve that, you know?
And now you're here, and it feels great, I imagine, even though there's still stress.
Oh, I'm stressed.
Yeah, but it still feels great. It still feels great. Once it's done.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So a topic you were looking forward to, so I'm going to let you start this one, is the exploring all areas. So, go on.
Yeah, so this is like, yeah, go on. I'm really interested also like everyone else's opinions on this as well, because it's kind of this big battle between I call it like hyper competitivity, because like I think an event where people are going against each other on something is competitive by nature. Hyper competitivity is like when you're really serious about it. And MCC got a lot of flack at a certain period of its life where it was like there were people who were there for the kind of like the hyper competitivity of it. They were like, you know, this is an event about people trying to win. And if you screw up anywhere in that event and you cause someone to, I don't know, lose a couple of coins or, you know, whatever, so it might mean that they might not make it into the final, then, you know, you're not going to, you know, you're never going to stop hearing about it on Twitter, right? And we attracted like a huge hyper competitive audience, especially around like the COVID era. And I think this so it kind of like really upped the standard of like how we had to run the event, and like we had to make sure that, you know, nothing would go wrong because it would be like really costly. But then you have this side of the coin where there are a lot of players you really enjoy coming to MCC, but they're not hyper competitive. They're actually there because they just want to like hang out with a couple of creators or like collaborate, you know, meet some new creators, blah, blah, blah. And they just have to, they're there to have a bit of fun, entertain their audience, yada, yada. So if you start to change your event to a little bit too hyper competitive, you end up kind of like alienating the people who are not there to win, right? And there to have fun. And that was like, I think that was like a huge dilemma for us of like, how do we handle that? Because we don't want to lose like, you know, half of our players. And there were a lot of people who like some creators stopped playing and publicly said, you know, I'm finding it hard to kind of like take part in MCC because I get so much pressure from like audience members of like, you know, my performance and blah, blah, blah. And you look at that and you're thinking like, damn, I didn't set up this event to make people feel like that, you know? So, you know, for MCC, I think we just chose this path where we try to be a bit non-competitive, but to allow competitive people to also flourish as well. So when people sign up for MCC, they kind of state like whether they're in to win it or not. And then, you know, Scott, who kind of creates the teams and balances them, tries to put the people who are in it to win it together, and then the non-competitive people together so that they can just go and have a bit of fun and, you know, blah, blah, blah. Because again, one of the worst things is that if you're in there to win and you get put on a team with people who are not, you will end up feeling frustrated throughout that, being like, you know, I don't think my team's taking it serious, you know, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, that was our kind of answer to try and, you know, balance it out. And then I think Dodgeball, our finale game, is always like this lovely answer to, even if you're not taking the event seriously, once you get to Dodgeball, you now are. You know, you lock in, you're like, oh, damn, we actually made the final. What the hell? Like, lock in, you know?
Well,
so
no, it's a really good answer.
That's
yeah,
my
thank you.
rant on. Yeah.
I mean, we'll cover. I don't want to leak the next topic, but it'll be interesting to hear your response for the next one, which I kind of do want to ask, but I'll wait. But I'll circle back. Shadoon, what about yourself? Obviously, you're kind of answering as both a player and an organizer.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. I think it shows how difficult it is, like to balance and teams and make teams in an event. And I know I talked to Wolfeei about it because for example, I made I helped organize a Block Wars Hispano, so for the Hispanic community, and I understood right there, like, how do you do teams, like, because I want to make teams with people that know each other and get along, but then you do this and maybe it's not balanced because there's a team with only really good people and a team with mid people. And I think MC does it pretty well, Block Wars as well, because you guys have a lot of experience. And when I tried for the first time, like, I got a lot of players complaining at the end because the really try-hard guys, they were like, oh, I didn't have a good team. I got 5th. I was like, 5th is fine. And he was like,
It's your fault.
yeah, and it's my fault because, like, I tried balancing the team. And well, in the event I organized, like, if there's no cash prize, I try to balance it the best possible, but I think it's more important when people are fun and they are with friends. So in your case, that would be like the I don't try to win. Like, what was it? It was like you have to choose, like, if you want to win or just have fun, right? Yeah. And yeah, as an event organizer, I try for people to be with their friends because I'm like, it's okay if they don't win, they will have fun anyway. But then there's still people complaining because they wanted to win, you know? And maybe I didn't know that. So yeah, it's pretty complicated as an organizer. And I feel like as a player, it really depends, as you said, your mindset. If you want to win, of course, maybe you can be mad because you didn't, like, you got placed with people that were bad. But I mean, as a player, like, I always try to have fun in these events because now I know, like, it's so hard to balance as an organizer.
I can go first. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I wanted to add on to this as well because I think I'm kind of on the opposite end of Stefan here, where I turned Block Wars from a like Minecraft thing into a not Minecraft thing, and in the process, it went from really competitive to definitely not. And in that process, I have the opposite issue in terms of losing players, which is I can't put the competitive people in as often anymore because I have to account for, you know, if I'm putting these other non-Minecraft people in, I don't want 10 really good PvPers to just kill them in every game immediately and then it's no longer fun for them. So that's been pretty difficult to balance, but I think it's been a long-term issue that I've tried to challenge, and I think we've now reached a point where that's like, okay. And yeah, no, and I've, like Shadoon mentioned, I've worked with other people as well to try to, you know, get them some advice on how to make a roster together. We did the Spanish Block Wars. Hannah and I talked about the lifesteal Block Wars that happened at some point as well. And it is interesting to see like a player getting involved with team making for the first or one of their first times, and really get to understand like, oh, this is actually pretty hard. Yeah, it is sometimes. And yeah, no, it's always an interesting thing to try to balance, but. Yeah, I don't know. With Block Wars, I've tried to let loose a little bit more as of recent. Not that I don't make the teams balanced, but more like if it's not super balanced, it's like, fine, you can just play another one next time. And, sorry. And I do keep in mind as well the competitive and not competitive thing with signing up for if you want to win, if you want to play for fun. If you only want to play for winning, you'll get a regular team, but I will take no risks. If you don't mind playing for fun, you might get an interesting team for once. And you know, that's also part of the fun, and it's a bit of a good mix.
Well, I guess on the Lifesteal SMP, there is no team balancing. You just show up and you choose your team, which sometimes actually makes insane teams. Like, I don't know if you guys know these players, but last season there was like a Wembu Flamefrog's main pair Clownpierce team, which is like the 4 best players on the entire server. So it's like, what do you do as a co-owner of the server on an unscripted thing? You can't just tell them like, no, please don't do that. Maybe, you know what I mean? So you kind of have to just roll with the punches and maybe make a mega team to go against them or, stuff like that. But in the upcoming event that I'm organizing, I'm trying to maybe take a different approach and be like, hey guys, maybe limit it to 2 OP players, at least at the start. I just want to make sure that, I guess, everyone has fun because there are a lot of, I guess, not non-PvPers that are joining. So it's really hard because how do you adjust such a competitive environment for these non-PvPers? That's just something that we're working on and just seeing what's going to happen. So yeah.
I feel like also when you introduce a lot of new people to an event, you want to take as little risk as possible, which is what we had with rookies, the less competitive Block Wars one. If I have 20 new people join the event, I'm going to avoid putting 4 of them on the same team with like 1 good player and just cross my fingers that it works. Usually I try to, 2 newcomers there, 3 there, and it kind of evens things out, and you reduce the risk, which I do think is very important with, especially with new people, and sometimes just people that play every now and then.
I think I just want to add on as well is with like the charity events that I've like helped organize. Checklists are hard. I don't know if you have checklists in your events. I think you used to in Block Wars and then it got removed maybe.
Yeah, well, Block Wars is Block Wars main event and Block Wars Origins, and the Origins, which is a bit more community-oriented event, has a checklist, and the main event doesn't, and I'm pretty happy that it doesn't because it makes things very difficult, but very good. But yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to add on to that. Is like sometimes with the checklist, it's not really anyone's intention because that's why they exist, is so you can tell us who you like and who you don't like. But sometimes team making is so hard, especially because you'll have people reach out and maybe go, oh yeah, I want these 4 players. You're like, that team's way too strong. They're like, oh, well, I don't want to sign up then. Which isn't their fault. They just want to play with their friends. But then it kind of throws you into like, oh, I've just made all these teams. I've said that you can't have these 2 players. It's like, oh no, I have to remake everything to balance around either you or balance around anyone else who's taking part, essentially. So I don't think you have the checklists. Probably, I don't know if you know.
What is checklists?
Okay, so in a lot of the events,
Probably not, no.
there'll be like a list of names of the roster of players, and people will click a button to say if they like the person or they don't like the person.
Oh.
And to put it very basically, yeah.
I mean, it's more like, do you want to team with him or do you want to not team with him?
Yeah, we
but there is also, like, rather
do
not.
have preferences and
But not a checklist.
unpreferences. Not in checklist form.
Just write it down on a sign-up form.
Yeah, it's just who would you rather team with, and yeah, because some content creators are not compatible with others. Just
yeah, which is like
different
valid. It
audiences,
just
so.
makes it harder sometimes. Yeah. Well, which one do you prefer? If you had, you can technically say both if you'd like, but if you had to choose for the rest of your either event playing life or event organizing life, to only go non-competitive or to only go competitive. Its format and everything can stay the same, but how you like, I guess, promote the event is like, yeah, we're removing all the good players. Not removing all the good players, but you get the idea.
Yeah, I'm going to approach it from both because I think, and I'll get the easy one out of the way first. As an organizer, I prefer non-competitive. It's a lot more relaxed, a lot less consequences if you get stuff wrong. As a viewer, however, I've always preferred competitivity, and partly because like I'm sort of like, I grew up a little bit like playing League of Legends, and I went to Worlds and stuff, and I was really into kind of like I think watching League of Legends esport elevated when I started to learn the backstories of all the teams that were going to it, right? And then it starts to turn into this story, into like a film, right? You're hoping for the underdogs, and there's the best team, and if the underdogs beat the best team, like that's the coolest story, ever, right? And I think I watch events for the story of the players. I was actually watching the Magic the Gathering World Championship recently, and it's kind of weird because you can actually have 2 people from the same like esport team enter through 2 sides of the bracket. And what ended up happening was the 2 people who made it to the championship, like 1v1, were from the same esport team. So they were all kind of like buddy, and it took a lot of like steam out of the like, oh yeah, come on, they're in it to win it. There's like a 500 grand prize, and they're just there at the table like having a friendly chat, and I was like, oh, all right, it's kind of lame, but But I think I'm not the type of viewer who, there's no like content creators that I, particularly like sit at home and like watch on a Sunday or whatever, and then kind of like hope that they're going to win the event next week kind of thing. So I think for those people, I'd imagine they prefer non-competitivity, right? Because it's sort of like you're just there for the creator.
Yeah, for
I'm there for the story of like, how did you rise to power? You know, like.
How did you get here?
Yeah.
Well, in my case, I have it really clear, and like as an organizer, I'm fully agreeing with Noxite that it's really more relaxing to like having non-competitive, but like as a player, like I'm full competitive, and I love a good competitive event and to try to win. And I mean, in MCC's checkbox, I always play. I always say I play for fun, but like I want to win. I mean,
Yeah.
I try to win always, and I think it's just I get more fun if there's competitivity, and I know I'm trying my best, and that's why sometimes also when I play my one of my events, like I don't like to organize because like as an organizer, like it's kind of bad if you win your own event.
I know.
So like you can't put your all into it, but like I know even when it's I know Block Wars or MCC where these are events, well, like non-competitive, competitive, like I like to give it my all, like even if there's no cash prize or I don't care. But yeah, I really like as a player. I think it's more fun if you try to get it.
I do want to say though, like from an organizer standpoint, when you do put on like a really good competitive event, it is like a really good feeling when it goes right, because like
Yeah, I guess
you're
so.
really like, damn, I helped put on a good show here, and you get to be like, are you entertained? You know, like, and everyone's like, yes.
I mean, like it's so hard, right? Because like if something goes wrong, like people will be complaining much more because I know there's like $5,000 in cash prize and there was a bug and people will just, and viewers also will just break it to you and it's your fault, and I mean, you're sad.
Yeah, I still to this day trapped a player in a room 5 years ago because of an iron door, and I still hear about it.
I mean, MCC is so, like nothing goes wrong. Like as a plugin, and it's just perfect, you know? So.
Nice one.
Okay, next.
Well, if I had to choose for my entire life, right?
You were stuck on a desert island.
Forever.
And I
Forever.
was forced
You
to
can
choose
never go back.
competitive or non-competitive. I think I would choose competitive like every single time. And every single time I sign up for MCC, I always write that I'm there to win. I think maybe one time I didn't, and then I regretted it. But every single time I write, I'm there to win. But I still am trying to have fun. Well, I always have fun, but I'm trying like to outwardly you know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Like on stream every 5 minutes.
Yes, like
I'm having fun.
yes.
Guys.
No,
really
I always do
reiterate
have fun,
that.
but you guys know what I mean. You know, be more chill and nonchalant and like, yeah.
I think I'm the polar opposite here. I like non-competitive in every sense the most. I think it's really fun to see people that aren't supposed to be in a Minecraft event play in a Minecraft event and then be really bad. That's really funny. And as a player as well, I mean, okay, this sounds bad, but I'm good at Minecraft. So when I play in the event that has people that aren't good at Minecraft, I do well, and that's great. So
You're like this evil scientist with just like
Yeah.
lab rats. You're like,
That's
look
you.
at these stupid rats.
weren't you an evil scientist a few MCCs ago?
Yeah. Oh, I know what it feels like. I agree. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. No, but I think, I don't know, I also think it actually goes back to what Shadun was saying. He was talking about, like, if you are doing a competitive event and there's a bug, it's like a huge issue. When you're doing a non-competitive event, you could have a point balance be a little bit off. You could have a bug. The whole event could crash and burn for 10 minutes. People are, like, fine with it. It's just like, oh, I guess we're just doing this for fun anyways. Especially if you're doing something for, like, charity, for example. They're just like, yeah, I mean, it's for a good cause. Might as well. It doesn't really matter. And I kind of love that. It's a less stress environment, and whenever that's available, I'll take it. So
I think you can make some like very, very good competitive teams. Like there can be some really interesting ones. But I think with the non-competitive side, you get a bit more variety as well, right? Like you can kind of, again, kind of linking back to the checklist things that I mentioned, is like I feel like the non-competitive players are a bit more lenient on who they want to team with. Like at least from experience, I could be completely wrong. But you can kind of make some fun teams of like, yeah, these 5 people aren't very good at the game, but they don't care that they're not good at the game. They're just going to have fun. They're going to make good content, and that's all that really matters at the end of the day. Whereas then on the odd competitive event, I feel like you have to make like a really like if you're going, I feel like from me, if you're going to make a competitive event, it has to be really like perfect, almost like MCC.
No, perfection is impossible.
I agree.
If tomorrow is not perfect, you're screwed.
A lot of pressure on. Oh, this isn't going. Wait, did it go? No, it didn't. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, kind of on the topic of everything, but kind of linking back to the start, is if you're looking to make your own event or you're looking to join and start playing events, why you should get involved. I feel like I haven't. Have I started? I want to start again. You look like you're ready to talk.
Community and the people you get to work with and be involved with. That's the reason.
I feel like that's like the perfect answer as well.
Yeah. That is like straight up.
The perfect answer.
I mean, it's fun. You should get involved because it's fun, guys. Let's go.
I was going to say fun times with friends.
It's a very creative outlet of creativity, or unique. Sorry, what am I saying, bro? It's a unique way to express your creativity, and I very much enjoy it. I'm privileged, and I appreciate that every day.
So before making the PowerPoint, I asked every panelist if they have an announcement. All of them said no. I have an announcement, which isn't really Minecraft event related, but I thought it'd be really fun to do this on the Twitch stream. So last year in December, I haven't changed it yet. I will show it in a second. Last year in December, I hosted an award show called the Crafted Together Awards. You won an award. Shadoon, did you? I can't really remember.
I don't think
Sorry.
so. I don't know.
You won 3. MCC Island won one as well. And then you presented an award? Yes, presented and presented. This year we're returning on December 13th is the Sunday at 6 p.m. So, and it's going to be for charity as well this year, which is very cool. A few people might have seen me walking around with a Minecraft joke book that I'm getting everyone to sign. I needed to get you to sign it as well. That I'm going to be auctioning off on the Crafted Together Awards for charity because the Hermitcraft did a great job at selling people's signatures for charity. So if I'd copy the same thing, it worked. So yeah, big announcement. There we go. Right, anyways.
December 13th.
That's a Sunday, right?
You don't sound so sure about this day.
Yeah, I think it is. I think December 13th is a Sunday. It's either the 14th or the 13th, but I'm convinced it's the 13th.
One of those. Be there.
It's whatever the Sunday is out of those 2 days at 6 p.m. See, I was right.
Thank you.
It made me overthink. December 13th at 6 p.m.
Yeah, he confirmed.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
Confirmed.
Right, so we have...
PA.
Yeah, thank you. He's not even looking. That's fine, whatever.
Your secret PA.
Yeah, thank you, I appreciate you. Right, we have time for Q&A, which is very... I was worried we weren't going to, but we have 11 minutes for a Q&A before we wrap it up.
Is there any questions?
There
are
some. This is very fun. I think they're going to be... Oh, there we go. We have the mic.
Who picks? Do you get to pick?
I think they pick, right? They just kind of hand it out.
You have to choose.
Yeah, you have to choose. Who?
Okay.
Choose competitively.
the-
We just all take turns of choose. I choose first. Wait, can I? Lucy. There. There we go. It's easier to point. I don't know their name.
Hello. So, asking for a friend here. Let's say that hypothetically you were due to run an event tomorrow with a fairly high stakes involved.
Yeah.
How do you manage player expectations when things go wrong, and how do you handle that when they do? Especially, how does the more competitive aspect factor into that?
This sounds like a question for you, Noxite.
I have an answer.
Oh, okay, Noxite, go on then.
As a player, we all get paid, so we're okay.
I don't know, players are pretty chill about it, usually. How do you? Oh, I don't know how to answer this question. Like, I don't feel there's anything specific we do to do that. We just kind of like trust that, if you're a content creator, you kind of understand what it's like to put something on. And yeah, usually like players are really sympathetic to us when like something goes wrong, and they're just kind of understanding, and it's like they almost like switch to our team almost in that moment, and they kind of like entertain their own audiences while something is bad has happened. We have to like reset a game or whatever. So I don't think I know it sounds like awful to say it, but we don't do anything specific to set player expectations. We just trust them. We just put good people on.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the players, like if something ever goes wrong, which it barely ever does, they switch to their face cam or do something, and then they just start having fun. And if people in the chat are like, what's going on with the event? The streamers are like, no guys, like give them some time. Like, this is an event that they're putting on for free. Like, let's give them some grace and let's be chill about it. Everything's okay. So I think it's about the streamers being like, hey guys, it's fine. Like, don't worry. And that helps the viewers understand that it's not that big of a deal because stuff happens all the time. So yeah.
Yeah, we kind of just have a little chat box when we just send a little message and stuff. Also, I'm really uncomfortable with how many times everyone keeps mentioning that nothing goes wrong. Every time they blah, 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 MCC where nothing goes wrong, jinxing it. You're actually jinxing it, all of you.
Let's go. I mean, also as a player, like we're so lucky and thankful to be invited to this type of events, like at Twitch Rivals, at TwitchCon. I mean, it's really awesome just to be there. So we're okay with whatever happens,
I would agree with that. Yeah, I would also say
You have
that.
an answer? Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Do you do anything specific?
A little bit. Well, I was going to relate it to what you guys do with the prize pool. It's like a $50,000 advertised event, but it's split. So it kind of like indicates like, hey, by the way, you're not winning 50,000 if you win. It's like, everyone who participates gets rewarded for their participation. It's not that deep. How I do it is we also did a prize pool event recently, and we kind of went for the same approach. We just said, well, even though there's a certain amount of cash on the line, if we just make sure that it's split to an extent, people kind of understand that it's not too serious. Of course, with a level of competitive integrity, but it kind of hints at like it's not all that deep, really.
I think we have time for one more, maybe. Yeah. Am I picking again? Go. Me? Oh God. Yeah, but I don't want to pick everyone. That's the problem. I don't want to be biased. Yeah, go on then.
Hello. What is your favorite event memory that isn't when you won? Well, sorry. What is your favorite event memory that isn't when you've won?
Oh, when me, Pangy, Lagundo, and Drift got to Dodgeball, and then we lost. But it was still an amazing, fun, teamwork, amazing event. But we lost.
I was on a team with my great friends Boostfer, Sleepy, Rainho, and Deme in Block Wars, that was. And we played Battle, and the voice comms went silent for like 20 seconds. And then Sleepy just goes, okay, see, we blame Boostfer, right? And it was like, yep. and then we just had a great time for the rest of the event. It's like one of my favorite things I've ever done on the internet. And that's just a moment where I'm like, wow, sometimes, even if you get like 7th, it can be like spectacular.
I mean, for me, it's kind of a complicated question because, like, I think my most hype moments and my most sad moments were in the same event. That was Creedcraft Games 2, where I arrived to the final after winning a crazy game. And so that was like maybe the best moment of my life. And then I lost the final against Subnap. And I lost $100,000. So I was sad. But it was so hype, like I can't. So I was really happy at this moment.
I don't have a specific one, but the top moments for MCC is just like seeing the final in person, like watching the audience react to Dodgeball is like I'm the reason that Dodgeball will always stay as a final, by the way. I like on that note of like you have to trust your gut sometimes, you have to say no to some ideas. I'm the reason that Dodgeball will not leave the final, and it's because of how the audience react and how intense it gets in that room when we're all watching it. And those are my top moments.
I would agree with that to an extent. When I played my one MCC in Dodgeball, I remember hearing the audience chant my name. But well, hold on. There was like a round. I think it was the second round.
Get off the stage, Wolfeei!
No, I think it was the second round. I like shoot or something. They're like, Wolfeei, and then I get shot, and they're like, no, come on. And I was always like, I look back at that sometimes like, huh, wow, those Germans really didn't want to have me alive, huh?
Mine is a bit more not as fun. I subbed into a winning team. It was like the final 2 games in Eclipse. They were winning. They were first in the event, and then they didn't make finale. So it was a bit awkward, but also the team was really nice about it, which made it more fun. It made me like feel better about myself, which was nice. I needed that, you know. So I think that's
One
it
more?
for the panel. Huh? You got
Can I
one
do
more?
one more?
Yeah, we can do one
Really
more. We
quick,
can do one
really
more.
3 minutes.
Really quick.
Really good. In the middle at the back there, in middle like back. Yeah. Sorry. There you go. Yeah, sorry.
Hi, I hope you guys are doing well. I have a question. So if you are a small streamer or a small content creator and you want to create an event, what's one thing for them to focus on to get the audience to come to them?
Audience as in players.
Yes. Well, yeah.
I think it's important to be able to show something, that you have something, right? When you reach out to streamers. I think, you know, the reason that people were so susceptible, forgotten the word. The reason people were okay to be on MCC was because we had made stuff in the past. And at the time when we originally sent the initial invites, I had like clipped together like a minute of footage of MCC in action. Like just to be like, yeah, this event does exist, by the way. Like, look, here it is working, right? We have games and you can see the colors and you can see players like running through them and whatever. And that kind of like allows them to be like, okay, this person's actually serious about what they're asking about. So sure. And then even if you can be like, hey, I've already got like 10 people signed up, even if it's your friends, you know, like that at least gives something to be like, okay, this is actually easier for me to say yes to like be a part of. So that would be my advice.
I think my answer would be like, if you want to reach more people, you have to use social media. For example, like I see a lot of small streamers using Twitter to announce their event, so they can find some other streamers to participate. And yeah, and on the tweet or I know in the Instagram story, you can like put a video, a trailer. It can be a poster announcement, and I think it's, as Noxite said, it's important. You have to show something. Like if it's a good trailer, like you can have big streamers come in, DMing you saying, "Oh, what's this event? I can be interested." So yeah.
Recently, I've actually, why did it get so dark? Recently, I've been seeing people post like SMP videos, like announcing their SMP on TikTok, and then they are trying to find like new members through TikTok, and those videos get like hundreds of thousands of views. So that could be like a good option if you're making an event. Post like what you said, but also post it on TikTok, and maybe some people will reach out to you and be like, "Hey, I'm a creator. Can I play in your event?" And maybe you could say, "Yeah."
I fully back Stefan's answer because as a player, I have been invited to things before with just text, and I'm like, well, I don't know what you have. And then I see the event, I'm like, wait a minute, please, and then it works.
Why was that me?
You did that to me, actually. This
Yeah, I
is
did.
prime example right here.
I did that.
Block Wars 1, I invited Hannah. She's like, meh. And then like 10 events later, nah, she did. I can show it. But then 10 events later, she's like, wait.
Please let me join, please,
I want to
please,
play.
please.
And I'm like, all right. And I didn't take it too deeply. I was like, yeah, I mean, I get it. You know.
I just didn't know. Yeah.
Exactly.
I think, and this isn't to be misinterpreted as using creators, but like I think building up as well. Like, don't just try and invite the biggest creators you watch or the biggest creators you know. Like, again, not using people, but get people who are willing to play the event and learn about the event and like, encouraged to play the event. I guess like testers in a sense. And then once you've made something that you've maybe ran 5 or 6 times, then you have this like thing so you can slowly then build up. And again, not jump to the top, but be like, oh, this is my thing. Maybe you know these people, or like maybe you've seen these people in this event, maybe you've seen this event running. I mean, again, it's not an event, but it's like kind of with the podcast. I didn't just jump straight up. It was slowly built up after 3 years. And now, we're here talking with all of you being a guest on the podcast, so.
Yeah, like people want to be involved with things that are like verified in a way. And it's like social verification that you're looking for with other, people who have been a part of it or, whatever. Yeah. So.
Well, there we go. Thank you, everyone, for coming. I appreciate you all. We appreciate you all. Can we get a quick selfie? Yeah?
Let's go.
Selfie. With everyone.
Oh,
yeah. I will make sure, don't worry. Obviously, if you're faceless, this is going on Twitter, so please cover your face. Yeah. And again, if you want to stay here for Minecraft Live, you can.